No matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to get ahead financially. You save, you invest, you budget, you do one or a combination of all three, and you just can't get to where you need to be, which is to security. We all want to be physically secure, we want to be financially secure and emotionally secure. And I have a solution that may be the culprit in keeping you from reaching your financial goals. And here's a hint. They all begin with the letter E. Stick around, I'll tell you about it.
The Real Teddy Talk. The Real Teddy Talk.
Hey YouTube, it's your girl, The Real Teddy Talks, educating you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on entrepreneurship, your hustling, your grind, and building generational wealth. And today we're going to talk about that wealth building and what's keeping you from building wealth, or keeping you, I was about to say keeping your ASS broke, but keeping you broke. And these three culprits all start with the letter E. And I'm going to say a lot of it has to do with our need. And our need to feel good. Y'all like Halle Berry and the Monsters Ball up in here trying to feel good and not thinking about the consequences. When you know you lactose intolerant and you're drinking a milkshake, it might feel good on your tongue and going down your throat, but give it 10 minutes, 15 minutes. How do you feel then? Do you still feel good? I bet you don't, okay? It's like when you eat something greasy. It tastes good, but it doesn't sit well. So the decisions we make financially need to be the same way. We need to make a decision that doesn't just make us feel good, but it actually is good for us. And an hour, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months later, you are still feeling good about those financial decisions, right? So I'm gonna jump right into it. The very first E that is keeping you broke is your entanglements. Y'all remember Jada Pinkett Smith and her entanglements against her husband with her live-in boy toy, right?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August.
An entanglement.
And those entanglements are keeping y'all broke. Your friends, your family, your side pieces, your lovers, your associates for some of you. It might be a mixture of you keeping up with the Joneses, stunting, trying to pretend that your life is something it's not. It might also be you're hanging around people that aren't on your level. People that aren't headed where you're headed. They're not going where you're going. Or they're not where you want to be. So if you're around people that aren't where you want to be, right? So you're trying to get to where they are and they're helping to bring you along in a loving and caring and nurturing way, you don't need to fool with them. If y'all are on the same level, y'all ain't got to be headed in the same direction. Y'all can go in different paths, but y'all need to be headed somewhere that is like each other. Y'all both are trying to start a business. Y'all both are trying to be financially free. Y'all both are trying to build generational wealth for your kids, right? And it's all in the conversation too. What are y'all talking about? The people you hang around every day, your family, your friends, your associates, your side pieces, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. What do y'all talk about? Are you enlivening your mind? Are you coming up with original thought? Are you growing? Are y'all building empires together? People watch that show Empire and they love it. And they don't realize the whole show, they really don't have their empire. They're fighting to get it back. So you want to build an empire that you have and you can maintain, right? I mean, you want something that's going to last. And I'm not just talking about your friends. I'm talking about your family. Your social connections are your choice. You make the choice. You can't choose your family, true. But you can choose how you interact with them. So once you've interacted with them and it may be in a negative way, that becomes your choice. So you have to pick and choose wisely. What's more important? Security, growth, a growth mindset, wealth building for you, your kids, and generations to come? Or saying you've been around this person just because they family? Bring them along with you. And if they can't go, you got to leave them behind, okay? So your entanglements, that's the number one thing that's keeping you broke. The second E is emotions. Ooh, Woo-wee! Y'all all up in here in y'all feelings. Everybody in their feelings about something. Y'all gotta let them feelings go. Y'all gotta let them feelings go. You have to contain them. Just like I said, y'all in here trying to feel good or feel bad. Worrying about what someone else thinks or worrying about what somebody else does. What someone thinks of you is none of your business. The first time I heard that phrase, I didn't quite understand it. I was like, that doesn't quite make sense. What about my promotions? What about this? What about that? That ain't none of my business. It's not my problem what you think of me. It's my problem what I think of myself and how I project myself out into the world. All right, that's your problem. So don't prove anything by putting your own self in a bad financial situation. I'll show them, I'll do this or that. No, you don't need to do that. You need to worry about yourself. You need to plan and build for yourself and your family, and stop being all in your feelings, dealing with them emotions. Y'all emotional eating, y'all emotional binging, y'all are emotionally dating. Everything's about emotions, and it's causing us to make bad decisions. And all those decisions have a financial implication. So if you are reacting and not responding to life and your plans, then you are going to suffer. Not just financially, but you're going to suffer through the whole 360-degree picture. To help you handle your emotions, you have to work on your plan. You have to have a to-do list, right? So when you have your list, that keeps you from reacting and keeps you responding. So when there's an emotional trigger, you break up with someone, you get bad grades in school, you didn't get the job promotion, you missed out on some opportunity. You planned for what would happen when you get it, and you plan for what would happen if you don't. And then you just carry out that plan. And that plan, I'm sure, didn't include you splurging on some huge purchase that was, over hundreds of dollars that you didn't plan to spend to make yourself feel good, right? Or buying something that you don't need to treat yourself when something good does happen. So then you take away the good thing by creating a bad thing. So just plan. Plan for the great things that can happen in our life, but also plan for the things that just may not work out the way you want them to. Planning keeps me honest. I know when I write down something and I say, I need to do this, this, and this. When I come home, I look at my planner and I'm like, yep, I got to do these things. And I can mark them off my list. But had I not written them down, it would have never happened. So I'm not going to dwell on it. But emotions are keeping us broke, all right? Now I'm going to take us to the very last E that's keeping us broke, and that is entertainment.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Our need to be living our best lives when you can't quite afford it, right? And I'm going to tell you the surefire way to make sure you keep your entertainment under wraps and within budget. That is to plan, budget, save, indulge. In that order. Plan, budget, save, indulge. If you do all of your entertainment in that order, then you're not going to be making any financially bad decisions. Let's take, for instance, I was going to say the movies, but I guess the movies are out. Let's say you want to splurge on a seafood dinner. Seafood's your thing, and you like this seafood dinner, and it costs $75, right? So you planned for this dinner. You budgeted when you got paid. You save that money to the side, so it's already earmarked for that event. Then when it's time for Friday night, Saturday night, and you want to go get that seafood platter, you go and indulge. Same thing for vacations. If you like to take nice vacations, you don't do hostels, you don't do that kind of thing. You fly first class, you stay in 4 or 5 star hotels, and you get the all-inclusive plan, or you eat on the town, whatever it is. Plan for that trip. You save for it at the beginning of the year. You start putting your from this type of trip, you're gonna need some money, right? So you start putting your $500 aside every month for that trip, budget it, and then you indulge. You buy that ticket cash money. You might put it on your credit card because you want your points and you want all the perks that come along with your credit card rewards, but then you pay it off immediately. You charge it to your credit card, you immediately go online and you send. You pay for that trip, you pay for your hotel, and all that's paid in advance. So when you get there, all you have to figure out how to budget for is the nice things that you're gonna buy while you're there and the food you're gonna eat if you don't get the all-inclusive plan. So for your entertainment, small or large, you plan, you budget, you save, and you indulge. I'm not here to preach to you. I'm here because I've made all of these mistakes and then some, and then some, and then some, and then some, okay? And I've had people like me try to warn me sometimes, but it didn't come from a place of love, so I wasn't listening. I'm reaching out to you from a place of love and experience and telling you, you don't have to wait till your 30s to learn some of the financial lessons that I've learned and recovered from. Listen to me now, okay? Manage your entanglements, manage your emotions, and manage your entertainment, and you'll be a lot richer come tomorrow. Invest in yourself just 1% a day. Reach your exponential greatness and have phenomenal results at the end of any year. This is The Real Teddy Talks, signing off.